Well, guys, we have a horrible video today to go and cover. Right now, PlayStation is completely just on fire right now. We're seeing massive issues now with Bungie coming out where some big directors have now been once again called out, fired, and removed. And this company, God help me, as I have no idea what's going on with this, how Bungie was able to even stay in business with quite literally every single person getting harassed, hurt, and at this point now, pretty much most of the workforce being laid off, Destiny 2 having problems, Marathon seemingly being horrible, and at this point I think PlayStation made a horrible investment so far when it comes to Bungie. So let's go and talk about this, because this is not a fun video to go talk about. I would love to hear your thoughts and comments on everything down below, and at this point, God help me, they need a miracle for them to keep on going, I swear. So subscribe if you guys want, leave a like, give your thoughts, Twitter and Twitch down below. We're actually going to be doing some birthday stuff on Twitch very soon, so be on the lookout for that. And let's talk about this. So, as you guys probably know, Bungie recently has been going through a lot of issues. Like, we had two major big layoffs, even one just only a few days ago, like about a month ago or so, that Bungie officially laid off another 220 roles. It was estimated around 17% of the studio's workforce. The announcement was on Bungie's website. Today's been a difficult and painful day, but they're obviously not the ones getting laid off, because why would they? Especially for our departing colleagues, all of which have made important and valuable contributions to Bungie. Our goal is to support them with the utmost care and respect for everyone affected by this job reduction. They have, like, packages, whatever. Either way, there's just been a lot of bad stuff. They had, like, a lot of people moved around. Some people went to Sony, some people moved around in general, and they basically were trying to cut other projects and focus on Destiny and Marathon, and there are just a lot of big issues in terms of profitability, Destiny expansions, and right now, the Destiny game as a whole is probably dead. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. I go on Twitter and I'll see ex-Destiny streamers, players, YouTubers, whatever, essentially go and say they need to go and figure out what to do next with their career. And that's a very heartbreaking thing to see, because the Destiny community has been one of the nicer ones I've been involved in, and as well, it's just as a big popular game. People love Bungie games. But as of right now, it got even worse. Now, we had a lot of controversy in the last recent layoff, where one of the pretty much the CEOs and founders spent like millions of dollars from their signing bonus with Bungie and PlayStation on fancy cars and bragging about it, and like there's pregnant women getting laid off, and just horrible. But now there's even more stuff where a top director at Bungie was now fired after misconduct investigation. So right now, there's even more of these higher ups getting removed from the platform. And this is where things get crazy, because they have had a lot of claims, a lot of allegations and lawsuits now with Bungie, with all these really big executives and C-suites on the platform itself. And it's heartbreaking to see. It really, truly is. Because at the end of the day, like, these are the people that are leading the company. And there has been like reports of people like sexually harassing women and harassing people in general, and like the boys club, but as well, also people getting completely like selectively taken out from like a promotions and jobs, and people getting fired. Like it was ridiculous. Like there was just, this company was a madhouse. So right now, the veteran developer who worked on the hit game franchises Halo and Destiny, and who was also directing Marathon, which once again, that's a really big gamble for PlayStation. Early playtesting has not been good. People have not enjoyed the game. I thought the aesthetic and trailer looked dope, but like people are saying the game itself is not fun. They need to work around with it. And this is after they also cut other older projects as well, prior games that were in development too. And once again, apparently there is no Destiny 3. Like, if this is all news for you guys, we covered this in a video a few weeks ago. Destiny 3 is not in the works. Maybe in the drawing boards now, because what else does Bungie have? Especially if Marathon might be a flop. But right this second, Destiny 2 has no major big expansions on the way. More micro DLCs. And if anything, they're going to have their future DLC stuff, just really small story things, which people know is not going to be sustaining the community. Maybe small bump ups every now and then. It's in like maintenance mode as of right now. And sometimes maintenance mode is okay. I remember back in Destiny 1, there was like a year-and-a-half maintenance mode, but Destiny 2 is on the horizon. So content creators and people and players, like, play casually, take a break, do whatever. It's fine. Right now, though, with these massive layoffs, even with the most recent expansion doing well, and of course, with all this bad PR news and the directors wasting money and all this misconduct and people which we're going to get into, the company itself is just floundering, dude. So Chris Barnett, one of the top executives at one of the video game industry's leading studios, was now fired with all this coming out this spring after he was accused by several female employees of inappropriate behavior, according to people familiar with the matter. So this is kind of more so because it's coming out now, like if this is new news. Starting at Bungie Inc. in 1999, Barrett rose through the ranks as an artist and then a director on the popular Halo and Destiny franchises and served on Bungie's board before the company was bought by Sony Corp for $3.6 billion, which I still stand by as a horrible decision. Until last summer, he was also the director of Marathon, which studio was hoping will become its next big game franchise. But in the late March, he suddenly left the company. No one really knew why. Like, if they just disappeared, and everyone's like, that's probably not a good look for Marathon because the game's apparently rocky as is. Behind the scenes, Barrett was terminated following an internal investigation in which at least 8 female employees, at least 8, so there might even maybe be more out there, raised complaints earlier this year that he had behaved inappropriately towards them. And according to those 8 people, including multiple women who reported Barrett, as well as other Bungie's employees who were either involved in the investigation or spoke to the women involved, the people were basically asking not to be like make everything public in terms of like their names and such, but it's horrible. The investigation found that Barrett called lower-level female employees attractive, asked them to play truth or dare, and made references to his wealth and power within the studio, suggesting that he could help advance their careers, and according to 2 people familiar with the case. Now, there might be some comments in the YouTube section, hopefully not from my community, be like, oh, that's just like how the game is or whatever. Let me go and be clear on this. There is like schmoozing going on in the corporate world. Anyone who has a corporate job, you understand. Like you might have a shitty manager, might be bad people, directors might be stupid. You do have to kind of go and like, you got to play the game, play the system a little bit. I understand that. But when it comes to men versus women, and as well using like really awkward things, like who the hell is still playing truth or dare as a grown man, let alone in 2024? Like, what do you do? Like, hey, let's go and organize a Google meeting time at like 2:30. Oh, let's go play spin the bottle on a random website. Oh no, you have to, I'm going to dare you to kiss me. Like, bro, like what is this? Like, what is this for an executive on a company? If anything, this is embarrassing. Because I would also want to highlight, this guy has a wife. There was big controversy too where his wife was also on Twitter, and people like just kind of were like, what the hell is going on? Because rightfully so, what the hell is going on? Like what's going on at Bungie, dude? Like, how is every single executive some sort of a major asshole? Sorry for swearing. I try not to swear. But just for this, it's just dumb. Like, it's just so stupid. So in a statement to Bloomberg News, Barrett said that throughout his nearly 25 years at Bungie, I feel that I have always conducted myself with integrity and been respectful and supportive of my colleagues, many of whom I consider my closest friends. I never understood my communications to be unwanted. This is like, though, you have the guy who's like your boss and like he assumes like your friends and like besties and hanging out and chilling, be like, hey, yo, Paul, let's go get some drinks. He's like, hey, maybe another time. But deep down, he hates him because he has to be nice because he's boss. Like, you know, those types of people, that type of vibe. Because I know some people like that. And I'm also one of those people that would probably never call him out until like crazy stuff happens. So he says, if anyone ever felt that way about their interactions with me, I am truly sorry. But overall, like, apparently it was a little bit worse than this. I saw some tweet stuff coming out and other things, but like, this is just the brunt of the story. And they're just like harassing women, harassing the people in there. It's just not a good vibe at all. It just was not cool. So Sony's Interactive Entertainment, Bungie's parent company, would not comment on Barrett's case specifically, but a spokesperson said the company takes all complaints of misconduct very seriously. It's our policy and practice to investigate every complaint promptly and take action based on the findings. So to kind of put this again, like, the company confirmed there was something wrong. Like, the company themselves fired the guy, and it was that bad. So it wasn't just like random stuff or like the woke Twitter or whatever. The company was like, bro, this is messed up. It's crazy too. Like, it's really, really crazy in how big this can be. So stories showed Bloomberg News from all these women involved or those who were familiar with the case all followed similar patterns. Barrett would befriend the women at the studio. So basically find like a girl that maybe looks cute and hits him on up and be like, hey, yo, I'm like the director. How's it going? And then they would send him a bunch of text messages that were blurring the lines between professional and personal. In interviews, multiple women who reported Barrett said the advances were unwanted and they felt very uncomfortable because they were significantly like, it's like their boss. It's like you have the guy who's making jokes being like, oh, you're looking really good today, Sarah. And you're like, thanks. And then the next day it's the same thing, and the next day and the next day and the next day you have an email and you have a private meeting and he's like, I'm gonna go get you a better job. How's it going? I like that shirt you're wearing, girl. Like, you could just tell that the vibe is just not there. So they had reviews over from Bloomberg, had like flirtatious messages, requesting people to hang out outside of work hours, and it's just gross, dude. Like, they're saying that he was basically on a sabbatical, you know, taking a break from working too as well. Then eventually all of his accounts got disabled, trying to do like a cover up. Like, it's horrible to go and see. Like, and there was some other drama too as well, with people being like, hey, this guy is married. People are calling him out just in general, dude. It's just this all around, just not good stuff. So let me know your thoughts and comments. Subscribe if you guys are new. Twitter and Twitch room down below. And I appreciate y'all for watching.